Yeah, it's
Ultimate.
time. Yeah, if I control,
Smash DLC.
I would want Fortnite and
Son Goku.
With Joker's inclusion to Smash Bros., it brings along with it the heart of the Persona series, with not only Joker himself, but a stage and 5 pieces of music from the game. And with 4 more spots of the DLC Fighter Pass left to be revealed, I got to wondering what other brand new franchises could they introduce into this already cram-filled crossover brawler of a game. So here are my top 10 DLC picks that would bring a new fighter, a stage, and 5 pieces of music from their respected franchise. On the top of my list, and one that probably a lot of you may not have seen coming, is Fulgore from Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct is a game near and dear to my heart as it was the first fighting game I ever played and enjoyed. Developed by Rare during the time that they were part of Nintendo, Killer Instinct brought a heavy, gritty, and brutal universe to life, and Fulgore is no exception. The face of Killer Instinct, he is a robot built to kill, and has an arsenal of weaponry to do so with. For his stage, Fulgore would come with Ultratech Industries, a menacing and dark factory that personifies the heavy metal music that plays in its background. And speaking of music, here are my 5 tracks that truly capture the hard-hitting, brutal tone of this franchise. Second on my list, and probably the most controversial pick anyone could have at this point, is Sans from Undertale. This was a tricky one to choose as the player base is so divided on this character. Either you like Undertale, or you hate it. I played Undertale, I enjoyed Undertale, I love the music from Undertale, and would greatly enjoy to see Undertale have some representation in Smash, but I wouldn't be upset if it never happened. And as to why I chose Sans over Frisk the Human, the protagonist of Undertale, I chose Sans as he is essentially the face of the series, and a recognizable character, more so than Frisk. As for the stage, I decided to choose the battle screen, not only because it's what you'll be looking at the majority of playing Undertale, but also for the potential of having the other boss fights come up as stage hazards. Now as for the music, it is in my opinion that Undertale has one of the best video game OSTs ever, and Smash Ultimate would only be better with them in it. So here are my 5 music choices. Third on my list, and my second character created by Rare, and a fan favorite, is Banjo-Kazooie. This bear and bird duo have been on the top of people's lists since Melee, with a devoted fan base to follow. But alike Fulgore, Banjo and Kazooie belong to Microsoft, which puts a hurdle in this dream to come. But seeing how Nintendo and Microsoft have been on friendlier terms as of late, Banjo's inclusion may be ever so closer. As for the stage choice, I went with the iconic Spiral Mountain. This will definitely bring back memories and feelings of nostalgia to see the very first world we stepped into as the bear. Plus, Banjo's arch-nemesis Gruntilda the Witch could swoop down on her broom as a stage hazard. The music of Banjo-Kazooie is well known and fondly remembered. The playful and cheery tunes would fit right into the Smash universe, so here are my 5 tracks that would come with the Bear and Bird duo. Fourth on my list is Steve from Minecraft. Although this name has been circling around in a lot of leaks surrounding Smash's release, it's been met with mostly negative reception. However, I feel Steve could be a unique addition to the roster with an array of tools available in the game and the building mechanic. You also cannot ignore the fact that Minecraft has become one of the most successful and popular games, even gaining the praise of Sakurai himself. As for the stage, what other way to best represent Minecraft than the grasslands? Nothing says Minecraft than spawning into the green fields and punching your first tree down into wood blocks. The stage could even transition into the other biomes like the mountains, the desert, and maybe even the jungle. Minecraft has always been well known for its calming, gentle music, so here are my choices for the 5 music tracks to come along with Steve. Next on my list is Amaterasu from Okami, a fellow Capcom character to stand beside Mega Man, Ryu, and Ken. With its stunning, stylized art style and beautiful oriental music, Amaterasu would be a warm welcome into Smash Ultimate. And if Marvel vs. Capcom showed us anything, it's that Amaterasu would be a creative and formidable smasher. As for the stage, I had a little trouble deciding what would best represent Okami, but in the end I decided upon Kamiki Village, as I felt it best captured the art style and the tone of the game. Now, Okami had some terrific music, some that really capture the essence of the traditional Japanese aesthetic. It was hard to find the best musics for the top 5, so I went with my personal favorites of the game. Next on my list, and it's more of a wild card than anything, is Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, a series that was a great part of my childhood and my early days of playing video games, a game that I hold as highly as a lot of the old school platform adventure games. Plus, the great Australian aesthetic would be great in Smash, as it's not something that many games even have anymore. A little Aussie representation would be great. As for the stage, I decided to go with Rainbow Cliffs, the first main area that serves as the central hub for the game, an Australian outback valley that is both beautiful and nostalgic. When it comes to the music, Ty has one of my favorite game OSTs to date, so it was easy to pick out which 5 I would definitely have come with him. Besides, the didgeridoo is a very underrated instrument. Coming up at number 7, we have Crash Bandicoot, another fan favorite with an equally strong fan base. Even before the N. Sane Trilogy came out, people have been clamoring for his inclusion, and I'm with the fans on this. It's time for Crash to smash. As for the stage, I was torn between the Insanity Beach and the Warp Room, but decided upon the Warp Room. I feel the potential of it being a fun and wacky stage would be greater than just the beach, despite it being iconic. When it comes to the music, this wacky Bandicoot has some wacky music to go with him, so here are my 5 picks for Crash Bandicoot music. Now for number 8 on my list is The Doom Guy from Doom, a gritty, brutal, and hardcore series that has torn its way into people's hearts. Filled to the brim with violence and gore, some could say Doom Guy doesn't belong in Smash due to this, but I feel Doom Guy deserves a spot beside the more mature side of Smash Ultimate alongside Snake and Bayonetta. And what else could I choose for the stage other than Hell? The fiery and demonic playing field could offer us a brutal stage to fight on, plus the array of demons that could appear as stage hazards. The music especially adds to the brutality of the series. Composed by the same guy to do the music for Killer Instinct, Mick Gordon, the heavy metal blasting in the background would only enhance Smash Ultimate. So here are my 5 choices that I feel would best represent Doom. Getting close to the end of my list, at number 9 is Spyro the Dragon. Spyro was made to be a flagship character for the PlayStation 1. He cemented himself as one of the unofficial mascots of the system alongside Crash Bandicoot. While Spyro has been present on Nintendo systems before, more recently with the Skylanders series, his fan base has been dreaming for his inclusion into Smash for some time. As for the stage, I chose Stone Hill, as it's the first zone you walk out into as Spyro, and I feel it's the most iconic. The music of Spyro was remembered for its upbeat and fantastical tone. Everyone who loved Spyro loved its soundtrack, so here are my 5 picks. Last on my list, coming in at number 10, is Chrono from Chrono Trigger. A video game classic and masterpiece, Chrono Trigger has been loved by all forms of gamers since 1995. And although dealing with Square Enix in the past has been tough, even to get Cloud into Smash, I truly think Chrono would be an excellent addition. As for the stage, there were a lot of memorable places to choose from, but I decided upon the Millennial Fair, as it was one of the first locations that you come across after starting up the game. The music of Chrono Trigger is remembered as one of the greatest in all of gaming's history. It truly captures the feeling of fantasy in that authentic JRPG fashion. So here are my 5 picks. And there we have it. My top picks for who'd I'd want to see come in as Smash DLC character picks. These are all my personal choices, and I know they won't match with everyone else's pick, but I made this to simply stir discussion about the characters in the series that I mentioned. If you have any characters that you'd like to see come in, or if you had any other stages or music ideas that you say would fit better with the characters, go ahead and leave a comment. But, thanks for watching.